Hello, my name is Jean, and I'm a severe traumatic brain injury survivor coming on to my 10th year this summer. And right now, I'm in the middle of a 90-day challenge where I'm attempting to go through the past 9 years, reflecting in the quarters, the best thing that happened, and um, I guess maybe the biggest lesson I learned. And so now we're heading to day 10, which is year two. We're coming on to year two. And admittedly, this part of my life is hard for me to remember just because of how my brain was reconstructing. So luckily, having have had some photo evidence, that helps like jog my memory about what occurred. And so what's kind of eerie to me now is that I don't really remember some of these photos that well without aid, right? Like I can't just be like, oh, back in year two at this time, which obviously when I was in year two, I only had 2 years of life that I really remembered, plus the trauma that would occur from my past life. But I think what's interesting to reflect on now too is there's this photo of me going tandem biking. I've never tandem biked again ever since. Is that true? Yes, that is true. I have not tandem biked um ever since this excursion. So I'm so glad I did it. It's in Madison, Wisconsin, of all places. And like part of me is like, was that my car over there? I don't even know. See, it's hard for me to remember. And fine, whatever. This is my friend Dylan. And if you're curious about what I looked like in the past, I mean, I guess I looked like a slightly thinner version of myself right there, and possibly a little bit younger, smoother skin, etc. What's funny too are these incredibly short shorts. What? I was out there riding like that, but whatever. Good thing we were wearing a helmet, particularly since I was a post-brain injury survivor and my hair was super long. So that's just really interesting even to reflect on youth because I would have been in my early 20s at this time, well, whereas now I am past in my 30s. Um, but this is just a super fun memory. So I'm super excited to have this photo as something to remember and that, going around biking, it's fun to tandem. It really speaks to how lucky I was to have other people in my life be part of my life. This is my friend Dylan. And we met in undergrad in the dormitory that we lived in when I went to UW-Madison. Chadbourne, what? And so yeah, it's cool that like to this day we are friends. And I love that. I love that I have friendships that have lasted over a dozen or yeah, it would have been like 10 years basically. Yeah, wait, does this make sense? Does this timeline make sense? No, it is like a dozen years because we met in undergrad. So yeah, we've known each other for a long time. Yay! Yay for friends who've persisted. And I just remember I was like laughing on the back of that bike and being like, I'm your secretary. Because, if he got a phone call, I could hold the phone up to his ear, sitting behind it. And I think something I really admire about Dylan, I don't know how did this video become probably because of this photo. It just brings back such happy memories of biking. But just, like how he was always himself, someone who's into physics, who's into art. I actually remember I met kind of like a newer friend last year, like a colleague, and I was like, oh my God, you would totally be like this person and that person, which like I guess like 8 year difference in my life. I'm like, I could not believe it. I never met someone who reminded me so much of another person. And I think that gave me so much immediate fondness of this other person because they reminded me of another person that was very comforting. And I think about that to this day now about, why I feel comfortable probably around, people who don't look like me. First of all, when I woke up, I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, learning how to categorize is a skill that children learn early in their age. But like looking at someone, I didn't know like that I should feel differently about them just by the way that they looked or appeared. And throughout time, you learn how to be biased. You learned how to feel negatively, I guess, um, towards other people. But either way, I'm grateful that I feel like certain people with certain names, I just automatically feel um immediately biased in a positive way. Like people with the name Charlie, I tend to like them because there's been multiple Charlies that have had a very positive influence on my life. Hmm. I think there because I was thinking of those Charlies. Um, I guess the three most influential ones, well, two of them are actually gone now, so it's kind of sad. 10 years later. Um, wow, different time, different story. In the future, the future is coming. It's a 90-day thing. It'll take us 90 days for me to do this exercise, I guess. Um, but then I remember seeing other pictures of the summertime, and this is, let me think. Yeah, I'm about to enter into my second year of pharmacy school. So I'm still in Madison. And let's see. I guess I went on a trip with my family that summer too. Isn't that wild? My family visited from from China that year. So we went around, I think. Like we went around to all these canyons. We went to a trip to like Zion and Bryce and all these places. So that is so interesting to me that I experienced it. Like my life was still going on, even though inside I was experiencing so much mental strife and turmoil. So in many ways, I guess just getting to the empowering, loving part is that I would encourage you if like, tragedy strikes to stay busy and try to have your peers and friends help you live as normal as a life as possible. Normal in the sense that like joy is still part of it. Like you're not always in downer mode, but you have people, they understand why you're down and they don't mind that you're down, that you'll probably often feel down. I mean, you're literally living with like a horrible chronic condition. Um, and they'll still bring joy and love and they'll enjoy doing that. I mean, I don't know, there's something to be said about being able to bring another person happiness. And yeah, I hope I bring happiness to those in my life today. So yeah. Okay. All right, today we'll keep it short, but fun to see some photos in the past. I love biking to this day. And that's another thing. If you don't enjoy biking, I promise you biking is amazing. I love the feeling of wind on my cheeks. So one of my all-time favorite things, and part of why sometimes I love being outside because I just love how the wind feels. I can't wait. I'm like, oh, so okay. All right, that's the end of it for today. See you next time.